Well, there we are. Hey, Robert Schueller of Melissa's Produce. How are you?
Great. Thank you for having me, Nanny Bubby.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. Boy, it's been a long time coming. I'm so excited to have you here. I want to just check and make sure that we're running this live. There we go. And I want to start welcoming people as they come in, which is very exciting. Let me get this where I can, I lost it. Hold on for me. There we go. All right. Sometimes it sticks, but I'll get it. So, oh, Judy Owen is here, Lene is here, Tasha is here, and everybody is watching. And so that is just really great. So Robert Schueller is what we call a produce expert. Everybody knows him in the industry as the produce expert for Melissa Foods, which is awesome. You are the produce guru, that's for sure. So just tell me a little bit about Robert Schueller. How long have you been working for Melissa's?
Okay, well, my formal title is Director of Public Relations, but I go by many titles: Produce Guru, Produce Expert. I've been I've been at Melissa's learning about produce for 25 years now. I have 7 Melissa produce cookbooks that I've done with the company and the chefs as well. My day-to-day job is speaking with the media, all the food writers, celebrity chefs that you see on the many TV shows, radio shows, and whatnot. I give them the inside information about everything produce. Melissa's is the largest provider of specialty produce in the United States. You will find our products in almost every supermarket store that you go into. Just go into the produce department, and our logo is the eye in the carrot is in Melissa's. Right. That's how you'll find our products.
And because we have people joining us from all over the country, are you talking just grocery stores in the Southwest? Are you talking grocery stores throughout the United States? What exactly are you referring to on that?
Oh, nationally, we're in all 50 states. Right. And also we have distribution in Canada as well.
Well, there you go. And Tasha is here, Tasha and Powell, and she says, hello, Marla and Robert. So nice to have Tasha here. She's new to us. Do you know Tasha?
She's a really good foodie friend of mine. She's really well known.
Awesome. Awesome. So happy that everybody is joining us. So you were just speaking about the recipe books, the cookbooks, and I have a few here behind me. I just want to show them to everybody because, as you know, we are going to be giving away the exotic fruit basket, tropical fruit basket at the end of the week. Hey, Teresa Anderson, so nice to have you here. We're back. The family's all getting back together again. This is like our Nanny Bubby 3 p.m. family, and I have missed everybody so much, Robert. I was out, as I told you, for 2 weeks just for the Christmas break, which I loved every minute of it. But right as I was getting ready to come back, I got the dreaded you know what, and man, it just threw me for a loop. I mean, there was a time last Monday where I thought, am I ever going to be able to get back in the saddle? But I am. So Frank is here. Frank, so happy to see you back. So we were talking about these cookbooks. Now, a couple of you, I think even Teresa has won one of these cookbooks. Several of you came, and I've given away these cookbooks over the last year and a half, but there are 10 altogether, or 7 altogether, correct?
Yes.
You can see I only have 4 left because you did give me a full set, but I did give away 3 of these, and Robert is sending me the other 3. And so throughout the year of 2022, as Melissa's has come on as a great sponsor for the Nanny Bubby brand, we are going to be giving away all 7 of these. Maybe one, you can win a full set, or you'll just be winning one at a time. But they're the Hatch Pepper, the Great Pepper Cookbook, the Everyday Cooking, and the 50 Best Plants in America, or in the world, I think, right?
On the planet.
On the planet is what it says, on the planet. That's indeed for sure. So let's talk about this contest, just so everybody is clear. I just want to make sure that everybody that is here understands the rules. So if you're watching us live right this minute, go ahead and at the very bottom hit share, and share this live right now on your own page. That gives you 2 entries for today. Those of you who are sharing this today, right now, live. If you are joining us after the actual live broadcast and you're just seeing this, you're watching it at home, you're watching it as entertainment, just share it the one time on your own page, and that gives you 1 entry. And you can enter Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday up until 6 p.m. And on Friday, Robert's coming back, and together we are going to pick the winner, and Robert will be mailing out 2 of these gift baskets. So you have double chances to win because we're giving away 2 baskets. So if you're there right now, hey, Bill Utton, nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Go ahead and hit share and just share this broadcast live on your own page. And that gives you already 2 entries to win this basket. So Robert, show us the basket. Show us what everybody's going to be winning.
Well, you will get a box that is contained with about a dozen different tropical and exotic fruits. This is actually one of our most popular gift basket boxes that we get throughout the whole year. Here I have a display of all the produce out on the counter, and we're probably going to be talking about it. But here we go. Look at all these gorgeous different fruits, baby bananas, Korean pears, dragon fruit, papayas, mangoes, blood oranges, Kishu mandarins, pepino melon, passion fruit, feijoas. So throughout the year, that's the neat thing about exotic and tropical fruits. They're available year round. You know, like in the summertime, you've got all these different varieties of melons, and then in the wintertime, they pretty much disappear. There's only like cantaloupes and honeydews.
Right.
Or in the summertime, there's like a dozen different varieties of grapes or figs or tree fruit, you know, like peaches and nectarines. Well, because they're seasonal and grown only in specific areas of the country, and then, you know, eventually we get some imports, but it's not consistent. One thing that is consistent are these tropical fruits. If the neat thing is these tropical fruits grow half the season, typically domestically here in the United States, and the other half imported from another country is really known for growing those. And that allows tropical fruits to always be an exciting addition in your produce department. When you receive the basket, you'll receive this exotic fruit brochure, and it talks about how you know when it's ripe and ready to go. So you don't have to be an expert, but after reviewing the brochure that comes with all the produce here, you will be an expert on how to know when these fruits are ripe and ready to go.
And the full basket is actually, I posted this morning on the Nanny Bubby Facebook page, so all of you can see that. I'll repost that over into Gather with Nanny Bubby as well. But you can see just how absolutely beautiful it is. Now, let me ask you this, because the one thing that you were teaching me last week when we were talking is that this particular basket is your #1 seller on the Melissa's Produce page. Right?
It is.
#1. So tell me why you think that is. So a lot of people go on to your webpage and they will like wanting to send a gift to somebody or wanting to send a gift to themselves. I mean, what use do you usually find that people go online to look at that?
Well, the main reason I know why we sell the most of that, because first of all, we're a company that does all these different varieties. Some companies, they only do bananas or pears or apples or oranges, citrus or whatnot. We actually, Melissa has over 1,500 different produce items. So what we do in this box, in this basket, is put the best tasting tropicals in one container, and you can ship it to yourself or ship it to your family and friends for an anniversary, a birthday, or special holiday. The thing is, it is like impossible to be able to go to your local store and find all these varieties in one box. Right. So that's probably why it's just so popular.
And, you know, I do want to say this for those who are watching. So I had the CEO of Jewish Nevada on during the high holidays, and she presented something that I'd never heard before, which is that during Rosh Hashanah, it is customary to introduce a brand new fruit that has never been introduced to your family before during that Rosh Hashanah holiday. So this is a great way to be able to do that, is just to go on and just order yourself one of the exotic baskets. So I want to say thank you to Lindsay Bernay, who is here and says, happy to see you back. Thank you very much. Cynthia Berman is here. Frank said that he is sharing this live on his Facebook page. He has 2 pages, a business page. So thank you for that. Lindsay, if you're listening, if you share this live right now on your Facebook page, you enter 2 entries to win this exotic fruit basket that we are talking about and sharing now. Also, Cynthia Berman is here. And Cynthia lives in Fallbrook. I had a long conversation with you about Fallbrook last week. And we visited a dragon fruit farm and a dragon fruit farmer. Yep, hold that up. That's beautiful. So that is a specific variety of dragon fruit. Do you know the variety of that particular one? What is it called?
Yes. What we did, there's 3 different varieties of dragon fruit. And I'm just going to go over it with you really fast. There's the white flesh variety, which I have in my hand. There's a red flesh. It's kind of a reddish magenta type color on the inside. They look the same exactly on the inside. The key to knowing the difference is the sticker. And then, of course, there's also a yellow skin.
That you put on it?
A label, yes, a Melissa label that says.
The only way that you can tell the difference?
Yes, because both the dragon fruit look exactly the same on the outside.
Right.
But differently on the inside. And the third variety of dragon fruit is easy to spot because it's actually yellow on the outside.
Right.
So those are the 3 different varieties that are available.
Mm-hmm. What color is it on the inside if it's yellow on the outside?
The yellow skin variety is also white on the inside. Like
so I've heard it told that the white fruit does not, or the white flesh is not as flavorful as the red flesh. Would you agree with that?
Yes, that's the interesting thing about dragon fruit is there's 3 different varieties and they each vary in flavor profile. The white is extremely mild. Now this fruit is very popular, especially in Southeast Asia. Right. It has grown globally. They grow a lot. They've always grown a lot of this fruit, which is called pitaya in South America, Central America. And pitaya translates to fruit of a cactus. It is in the cactus fruit family, but it tastes very different from a cactus pear, or what they call prickly pear or tunas. Very different. It is very mild. And it easily, the flesh easily comes off the skin, and then you just bite into it. Now, these are super mild, the white fleshed ones. The red, the magenta ones, they're a little bit sweeter, but hands down, one of the most sweetest fruits there are the yellow dragon fruit.
Oh, interesting. Very, very interesting. So I know we're going to go through everything that's in this basket, which I do want everybody to know. Tasha says that dragon fruit is her all-time favorite and she prefers the red flesh version, as do I. I do too. I love the red flesh. I wonder what Cynthia would say. Cynthia made martinis, passion fruit martinis with the dragon fruit. Hey, Lisa, thank you for being here. So yeah, the whole family is finding their way back. So we're so happy that everybody is joining back again live. Excuse me, wanting to remind everybody we have a contest running to win one of these exotic tropical fruit baskets. We're going to give away 2 of them on Friday. Robert will be coming back so that we can draw those names. The way that you get your name in the hat is you can share this live right now on your own Facebook page. And that'll give you 2 entries per day. So every day, if you share it live while it's happening, no matter what I'm interviewing and doing, which by the way, I'm interviewing on Thursday, the founder and developer of Sin Vodka. And we are going to be doing a recipe with vodka and we're going to be tasting his vodka, Sin Vodka. So you're going to want to join us for that. But if you share on your own Facebook page all 4 days up till Thursday at 6 p.m., If you can't share it live and you share it afterwards, then you get 1 entry. But let's face it, if you share it live, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that's 8 entries. And we're giving away 2 baskets. So it's almost like 16 entries. So either live or Memorex, but does anybody know what Memorex says anymore? But either way, you'll get a chance to win. So I bet you Lene is definitely doing this because Lene has won everything we've ever offered. So I can bet you Lene's doing it. That's for sure. She is our all-time top winner for Nanny Bubby giveaways. That's for sure. She's the best. Okay. So before we move on to the basket and everything that comes in this exotic basket, let's talk for just a minute because I want to dangle a lot of tantalizing information for everybody. Let's talk about this brand new variety of pineapple, the pink pineapple. Tell us about the pink pineapple.
The pink pineapple is actually the newest and one of the most rarest fruits to the United States. It took over 10 years to develop. And it was just introduced back in the fall of 2019. Mm-hmm. So when we first started distributing a pink pineapple, unfortunately, I don't have one with me, but I'll have one later this week to show you. Mm-hmm. It looks like a regular pineapple on the outside, but when you cut it open, completely pink fleshed. Now, how does it differ from a regular pineapple? Well, not only because it not only does it have a pink flesh, but it has a very low, almost no acidity. For those who have a problem eating pineapple, people complain about how acid they are, and it's really sensitive to their gums, so they stay away from pineapple. This pineapple has like no acid, like an orange or a regular pineapple. And so you can enjoy, and this is the thing, low acid, super sweet, sweeter than any other pineapple that you have. So if you love pineapple, I think you're gonna really love the pink pineapple. Now I mentioned that it's one of the most rare fruits. It is very difficult. There's only a few stores throughout the United States that actually carry it. So we're one of the few companies that actually carry it online. But I wanted to let you know, when you go onto our website at melissas.com and put in pink pineapple, or a lot of times it will just be right on the homepage because it's been our #1 selling single fruit on our website, is because it offers such a rare experience, but they're kind of pricey right now, and that's pure supply and demand.
So let me ask you this, when you say develop, that tells me they had to cross-pollinate it in some way. What is it crossed with to bring about the pink? Is it a papaya, or what did they develop? How did they cross-pollinate
it? They crossed it with the anthocyanin, similar to that of a tomato, to get its colorization. And so it's not crossed with another tomato, but it is created to have a pink flesh with low acidity. Wow. So interesting. And we're seeing this with a lot of different fruits and vegetables that you're going to see more colorful in the marketplace, because one thing that America loves in particular is colorful fruits and vegetables on the plate. It will get your kids and your spouse or friends and family to eat more produce.
Yes. What could be healthier, a bag of chips or produce? You tell me.
Always produce.
Always. Yes. Always. Where are your vitamins found? Chips or produce?
Produce. Well, potatoes, they're healthy, but once you fry them,
right,
changes the whole structure.
Yes. Once you deep fry them in canola oil, it changes the structure. And by
just
the way,
a little.
Yeah. And by the way, where does canola actually grow? Like, what is a canola? Don't answer that. But it's like, why is it okay with us that we're eating things that actually aren't really food, right? That is something that Nanny Bubby is adamant about. And that is one of my core principles about cooking, eating, and entertaining, is that you always want to provide real fat, like poor butter gets a bad name in America, but it shouldn't. It's divine, and real fruits, real vegetables, and real organic meat. So core principle here at Nanny Bubby Enterprises, for lack of a better word. Lisa said that her Italian grandmother fried them in olive oil with peppers. So fried what? Pineapple, Lisa? Is that what she's saying?
Interesting.
Yeah, and Tasha says that her favorite cocktail is a pink glow pineapple with a rim of pink cotton candy. Oh my gosh, my favorite dessert is pink glow pineapple. Wow. All right. Carpaccio with a cinnamon, cardamom, and syrup. Oh my gosh, she is a wonderful cook, it sounds like, Tasha. Yes, she's a great foodie. Wow, that's awesome. So they can order, Lisa asked this question, are they able to order the pink pineapples online just as a single item through Melissa's?
Yes, and it comes in a beautiful box, packaged just perfectly. One thing that you'll notice, all pink pineapples, and I failed to mention this, all pink pineapples do not come with the green top.
Oh,
there's a reason for that, is because the next generation derived from the top of a pineapple, always has been. You cut off the top of a pineapple, put it out in the field, it will regenerate into a new generation. Now, I mentioned this fruit is rare. Literally, it is rare. So when you receive the pineapple, you only receive the fruit and skin. So, and that is the reason why. It will actually explain that if you go to our site in regards to that, that they only come with the fruit.
right.
And that's how you do it. Now, if you go to your local produce department, now you know how to grow a pineapple. However, here in the United States, we don't have the tropical, subtropical weather like Hawaii or Costa Rica with the heat, 300 days
Even
out of the year. So it's a little bit more difficult to grow them.
Even in Southern California, is it not just
Southern California? We don't have the heat. The tropical weather always kind of like raining and humid. You can try, and I've seen them at the garden shops, some little pineapples and stuff like that. I've never tasted one, but every once in a while I see them trying to sell them. Not sure how it turns out or sustains for a long time. Maybe it's just kind of more ornamental to enjoy for a few months, like a potted plant.
Now, let me ask you a question. As the director of public relations for Melissa's, have you flown throughout the world to see some of these farms that you are doing business with and importing? Have you had the chance to really, like, what was the most unique and great place that you ever visited?
Well, I do domestic travel, and I've gone to many growers throughout the United States, especially in California. California is the most variety rich of different fruits and vegetables. Some of the ones that really come to mind are seeing dragon fruit grow out of the Fallbrook area of California, seeing keep green mangoes grow out of the desert, the Coachella Desert down by Palm Springs and stuff like that. These fruits just thrive in the late summertime when it's like 120 degrees. Gorgeous. I've been up to Ojai, California, along the coast of Ventura there, and seen and tasted the most delicious pixie tangerines ever. I've been to Ventura, California, really close nearby, coastal community. They are known for their strawberries. The Harry's Berries strawberries there in Oxnard are just delicious.
I just want to stop you for just a minute, because I had explained to you that I had traveled with my cousin Cynthia to Fallbrook, and we did dragon fruit interview. We did Temecula olive oil company and avocado ranch, but she doesn't know this, but I'm definitely going to grab her and take her up to Ojai, because we're going to be setting up an interview for me to go out to those farms in Ojai and Ventura to see Harry's berries, and also the tangerines. What do you call those tangerines again?
The Ojai pixie tangerines.
Pixie tangerines, which sound delicious, right?
Right.
Easy peeling, easy to peel. Yeah.
One of the coolest growing regions that I've been, and this is every summer, and our company is really known for these peppers. They're called Hatch peppers. They're grown in Hatch, New Mexico. For those who know hatch
right?
peppers, in August and September, this is when you buy a ton of them, get them roasted, and then put them into your freezer to enjoy the rest of the year.
And do you go to the New Mexico Hatch Festival usually, or?
I haven't been to the festival yet. I've been on the off season, but I'm planning to go one of these years. It is actually, if you didn't know, Nanny Bubby, it is the #1 single food event in the United States. About 25,000 people get into a car or get into their RV or Winnebago or bring a tent. It is like it's not like a totally organized event and it's always Labor Day weekend. It's actually, you just bring your whole family and friends and kind of sleep out under the stars on the fields, and everybody there is serving up their favorite Hatch chili recipe.
Isn't that fun? I mean, it's hilarious, and it's the largest food festival in the United States.
It is, and it's always Labor Day weekend. You can Google Hatch chili pepper and everything will come back to the festival the Labor Day weekend, the first weekend of September.
It is interesting to me that Hatch peppers are such a delicacy, and they're so beloved by so many, and yet they're really only available one very short window a year, right?
Right, and that's why people buy them by the case, get them roasted, and then put them in Ziploc bags into the freezer. And so when a special event comes out, you take out your Ziploc bags that has about 12 chilies, and then you chop them up and use them into, well, you have copies of our books. We have actually 2 Hatch chili pepper cookbooks, and that's our newest one that has over 105 recipes. Our other book has 150 recipes. You go to our website, there's 30 recipes. You go to our Melissa's Great Pepper Cookbook, there's another 5 recipes in there. I've never seen so many recipes for one single ingredient more than the Hatch. And there's a cult following for this.
Yeah, that's
as soon as you Google Hatch chilies.
Yeah, that's what amazes me about it, is that why, it's one time, 2 weeks during the year, they're here, they're gone, they're poof, right? But everybody goes crazy. Now, Teresa wrote hot, hot, hot. So are the Hatch peppers really, really hot?
Not at all.
Oh, not at all.
It is the only chili pepper that is available mild, kid-friendly, medium, hot, and extra hot. In the Southwest, everybody wants hot and extra hot. Outside the Southwest, where people don't usually have chilies on an everyday basis like you do in the Southwest, New Mexico, Arizona, Texas, medium and mild are more popular throughout the United States.
And do they look different, just like the dragon fruits look different?
No,
well,
they look exactly the same.
And how do you know?
It's very important that you read the package. It will be X marks the spot.
But if you're
mild, medium, hot, and extra hot, or you buy them by the box.
How do the growers know?
They grow the chilies by variety in a football field size planting. So when they pick, they have all the workers that day only do one variety, hot or mild or what, medium. So there's 4 different main varieties of heat level. They all look the same. So that's why it's very important to put your glasses on when you go to the store and pick out your hot chilies during the months of August and September.
There you go. And so maybe we can do a giveaway in August or September for everybody who wants some hot Hatch chili peppers, since they're such a delicacy, right?
Yeah, we actually, Nanny Bubby, we should actually do the Melissa's Hatch gift basket. It comes with the book. It comes with salsa. It comes with some of the other items that we do. We do a Hatch seasoning. We do Hatch pecans, pistachios. We do a Hatch polenta. We do it in a basket. We actually have it available year round, but without the fresh chilies, with all these different ingredients I was just talking about. And that Hatch product is available year round.
That's great. That's awesome. That'll make a great giveaway for all of you as well. So we're just so happy to welcome Melissa's as our very first Nanny Bubby sponsor for all of our brand. Again, to win the exotic tropical fruit sampler basket. Share Nanny Bubby live right now on your own Facebook page, because I get alerts as to who's sharing it. That gives you 2 entries. If you're watching just afterwards and it's not live, share it anyway, and you get 1 entry, but come tomorrow and do it live, you get 2. You can do it for 4 days and end up with 16 entries for the week. And we're giving away 2 baskets, so you could end up with 32 entries at the end of the day. Okay, so let's talk about some of the things that are in this. We've got feijoas. They're from New Zealand. Do you have a sample of the feijoas there?
Yes. The feijoas, aka pineapple guava, is in the guava family. They came from New Zealand, but they're grown not only in New Zealand, where the commercial crop comes from, but they're also grown in California as well in the off season, which is late spring and all of summer and early fall. Now we just switched over to the New Zealand season, and I'm going to show you again. When you receive the gift basket, you'll get the brochure. What you were looking for on the feijoa is fragrance. That's when fruit tells you when it's ripe, and then also it gives a little. So it's kind of soft, but fragrance is usually #1 for almost every fruit.
It doesn't look like much. So it doesn't look like people would actually stop to think to buy it, that there wouldn't be much to it. I want to say hello to Laura Grau. I want to say hello to Donna Faye Samudio. A lot of people are tuning in and watching right now. Go ahead.
Yes, so the feijoa, the pineapple guava, simply what you do is you cut it in half. That's the interior, kind of looks like a guava on the inside. And then you take a spoon, you just do a circle, and you have an instant delicious bite.
Oh my God, that looks amazing. And so where would people buy feijoas right now? Where would they find those?
You'll find them in most larger retailers across the country. What you need to do is you go into the produce department and ask where your tropical section is, or look where the tropical section is. It's an area where you're most likely to find like dragon fruit that we were talking about earlier, or mangoes and papayas. And what's different about guava, these and regular guava, is that the guava is not as flavorful, and a guava, it has very crunchy seeds, almost like Tic Tacs. And a lot of people might not like that, but those who like guava, the seeds are completely soft. So all you're tasting is pure guava. So I would say it tastes like a very sweet guava crossed with a pineapple. It's not crossed with a pineapple, but it has a pineapple-y guava flavor, very tropical and very delicious. It's actually one of my top 5 fruits of the 150 different fruits that we do.
Isn't that amazing? And I just want to make that point, Robert, is because here we have fruits that we all know, like strawberries, boysenberries, blackberries, apples, pears, and there's over 150 different fruits that you carry. And of those 150 that I just think is a typical fruit, your very favorite is the feijoa.
It's in my top 5.
Isn't that something? I mean,
yellow dragon fruit is probably my first or second favorite.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. Okay. So then we have dragon fruit, which originates out of Vietnam. I think also out of the Philippines. Doesn't originate originally out of Philippines as well?
All of Asia grows dragon fruit. However, the Philippines, we're not able to bring them into the country.
Oh, okay.
So they grow, but you just can't bring them in. You can import them in from Vietnam, which is the largest supplier to the United States, Nicaragua, Honduras, and domestically they're grown in California, Fallbrook, and Florida.
Oh, there you go. Very similar. Hey, Jen Hill, thank you for being here. Okay, so then we have Kishu mandarins. So what are Kishu mandarins? And those come from, of course, originally in China. Oh, there you go. The little tiny mandarin oranges.
But all these citrus varieties, they come out of California. The Kishu mandarin, or what is also referred to as a tangerine, is probably one of the sweetest and easy to peel tangerines. I mean,
Except for sumo. You got to admit that the sumos are like amazing, right? The sumo tangerine.
yes, the sumo is a tangerine orange crossing. They're much larger.
Yes.
And they have a very small season. Now, these quiches,
but they peel like nobody's business, though.
No, I mean, I could literally peel it in one peel.
Yeah.
And they peel very similar to the Satsuma variety, which is most common, one peel.
Oh, I love that.
It's no seeds.
Yeah.
And super sweet.
The navel oranges are such a pain to peel, right? Like nobody wants to eat them because they, it's literally their cuticles and under their nails. It hurts like hell, right?
Yeah, well, the navels are oranges. These are tangerines, mandarins.
Right.
Oranges are harder to peel. Now, the navels, among the oranges, the navels are in season right now because that's the winter orange. Those are a little bit easier to peel, but the thing is, you get a lot of that pithing, the white on it. Now, you're referring to the Valencia oranges that are spring and summer and most of fall. Those things you cannot peel. Those are juicing ones, or you cut them into wedges.
Oh.
That's the Valencia variety.
Valencia are, hold that in your thinking cap there, is the Valencia oranges are not necessarily for peeling and eating, they're for juicing. And that
juicing or wedging for the ball game.
Yep, that solves everything. Okay, and then we have strawberry papaya.
Yes, the strawberry papaya come all the way from Brazil. There's many different varieties, but this is the most common. As you'll see, it's not fragrant when it's green. It's kind of hard as a rock. The neat thing is that when the fruits arrive, it'll take a few days for them to ripen up. But the strawberry papaya, it will start to yellow, but it's not like a banana where yellow, it doesn't turn black or anything like that. It may be partial yellow, but one thing again for a papaya, you want it to be soft to the touch and fragrant. One thing that you want to know about fruit in general, do not refrigerate. When you take a fruit, whether it's from your farmer's market or your supermarket, you put it in the fridge, you put it into a cold coma. For fruits to maximize ripeness, you've got to keep them out on the counter. The only time you put the fruit in the refrigerator is when you want them either chilled or cold, or because they're ripe and you're not ready to eat it.
And what about berries? Strawberries, blueberries, blackberries?
Again, that's to keep that on your counter, but like raspberries and blackberries, even strawberries, they don't stay long onto the counter. So it's okay if the smaller berries, like blackberries, raspberries, and strawberries, get put into the refrigerator so you don't wake up the next day and there's mold along the bottom of the package.
That happens, and especially here in the desert, even if you're running your air conditioner at 68 degrees in July, somehow it picks up that heat. Okay.
Okay, so here's the strawberry papaya. I cut it in half. It has black seeds.
Aren't all papayas normally that color, Robert, or are they usually kind of gold?
On the inside, they're usually this salmon to yellow color.
Yes.
So, and all you have to do is you just take a spoon and extract the seeds. And because the seeds are crunchy and usually they're not edible because they're taste peppery. In some countries, they use the seeds on the inside for spice. But in terms of eating the fruit raw or putting it into a fruit salad, you want to dig out the seeds, kind of like a regular melon, and then you can either dig out or cut into spears and cut off the skin. So you eat the interior of the fruit, which is the salmon yellow color on the inside.
That one is not ripe, correct?
This one is not ripe. So if I bite into it right now, which I'm not, it would be very mild. It'd be like a mild cantaloupe. You want it to sit on the counter, become fragrant, cut it open, and it is super delicious. It makes a great tenderizer for meats if you use it in a marinade.
I heard that. So talk to us about how you tenderize your meat with papaya.
So what I just do is you know, you get your Ziploc bag and you put your favorite meats in there. All you do is just scoop out the flesh, put it in with the meat, add your other spices that you would use. And what the enzymes and the juices will do is get into the meat and make it very soft. It's like, and you wait about it, you put it in the refrigerator, wait at least 4 hours or even a day. It will also infuse a sweet papaya flavor into the meat, into the chicken, into the pork, you know, anything that has kind of a harder texture. And you'll be pleasantly surprised on how tender the meat gets when you cook with these as well. Most of the time people eat them fresh, but you can also cook with them as well.
And also, if you've got stomach issues, papaya is the best thing to grab, right?
That and ginger, because ginger. they have an enzyme in there that helps like dizziness, or also if you have a lot of stomach problems. So these tropical fruits are what they call super fruits, because they have beyond your regular beneficial vitamin A, vitamin C, and whatnot. So yes, strawberry papayas actually are one of the top tropical fruits in the United States, in the top 10.
You definitely are the produce guru. I mean, listen to you. You're like, you've got vitamin A, C, you know, stomach issues, ginger. I mean, you're like the doctor, right? Oh, and Frank says diverticulitis. You can't have, you know, seeds. That's for sure, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on to butterscotch pears. So as we're going through this list is the things that are going to be coming in your tropical and exotic sampler basket when you win on Friday when we pull your name. Okay.
There we go. All right. So let's talk about the butterscotch pears, also known as Korean pears. They look very similar to an Asian pear, or is also referred to as an apple pear. It seems to be a bit larger than the typical Asian pear and apple pear. These actually come out of South Korea. Even though Asian pears and apple pears are grown domestically 6 months out of the year, right now we're in a seasonal transition from the California domestic season and the import season from Chile. So right now we have these butterscotch pears from South Korea.
So when we're seeing those in our produce departments, when we shop, I'm looking at them and seeing them as Asian pears, which I'm not too fond of, basically. But these are not. They're called butterscotch pears. And do they taste better than the Asian pears?
I think they do. First of all, they have a thinner skin. A lot of people complain that the skin is really thick, like an apple or a pear. So the skin is really thick because that's part of the growing process. They actually grow these fruits in a UV bag. So it's actually the fruit is protected from weather, from sunburn, and that's what gives them their soft skin. The interior, pretty much bright white, but the neat thing is the core is very small on the inside. So if those in South Korea or most of Asia, they actually slice the butterscotch pears this way into discs. So you won't cut it like an apple or pear. The core is so small, it's completely edible. So you actually cut them into discs.
There you go. Yeah, turn it for me. Yeah, just go like that. Yeah. So there you go.
Completely edible, delicious. When you receive it, they're good to go.
So what will those be called in the stores? Will they be called by accident Asian pears, or will they be called butterscotch pears?
Butterscotch pears or Korean pears.
Okay. Yeah. And the baby bananas?
Oh, also one other thing to talk about the butterscotch pears that's very key about this fruit.
Go ahead.
They don't oxidize like an apple or pear. So when you cut into the fruit, so this would be a great fruit to put onto a fruit platter.
Oh yeah.
And they won't turn brown.
They stay white, and you're not sprinkling lemon juice or anything on top.
No lemon juice. They won't taste like citrus because you don't need to put lemon juice in there.
Putting berries around them. That is very key. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
Keith. Okay, baby bananas.
Baby bananas, they'll come as a hand. So when you see a grouping of bananas, it's called a hand, hand.
Looks like it.
Anyway, there's about a dozen baby bananas on there. Obviously, you'll receive them green, but like other bananas, they eventually turn yellow. The thing is that baby bananas usually take about at least a week to turn yellow. So it's something to look forward to. So a baby banana is about less than half, but about a third the size of a regular banana. For those who cut a banana in half and put it away later, these are the perfect bananas for you. They're called Nina bananas, which are called baby as well, and they will yellow. And banana is really the only fruit that turns color. It tells you when it's ripe. Bananas don't have a big fragrance, but the baby bananas do. They're actually most sweet. They're much sweeter than a regular banana. And I think they're the perfect size, because if you wanted to do a banana split and one's not enough, do two. But depending on what you're doing, if you're juicing or whatnot, you might use 2 or 3 to get to the equivalent to a regular size. But one thing's for sure, that bananas they have a lot of potassium. A banana a day keeps the doctor away, as the saying goes. It's the banana is like the most popular fruit in the United States on a year-round basis. And again, these will turn yellow when they're ripe. And I wanted to give you a tip. Everybody's been opening up bananas incorrectly their whole life. You actually start from the top, not the stem end. Because on the stem end, you either have to bend it, sometimes you break it, or a lot of people, they get a knife and then peel it. It's actually easier to peel a banana from the top. All you do is get your fingernail in there. I can't do it with this because the fruit's not ripe yet, so it won't peel. Right. But you actually use the top.
Most people think the top is the bottom, basically, right? Because we think that little stem is the top.
Yes.
So you're actually saying start at the non-stem at the bottom part of it.
Why? Because you'll never get a little strand. When you peel a banana backwards, you get all these strands that come off the banana. Mm-hmm. When you peel it the correct way, no more strands anymore.
Oh my God. See all these tips you get on Nanny Bubby? This is great. Thank you. Also say hello to Heidi Gonzalez, and also Susan Mendorf is here. So everybody's just finding our way in to Heidi and Susan. You can win this tropical exotic fruit basket from Melissa's Produce on Friday. We're going to pick the winner. The way that you can enter to win is to stream right now, share live on your Facebook page this Nanny Bubby interview. You get 2 entries for sharing it live on your own page. And if you show up a little bit later and you're just sharing it when we're already off the air, but it's still running on my Facebook page, you get 1 entry to win. So you get 2 for 1 if you share it right now live. Okay. All right. So now we learned how to do these bananas, passion fruit. So a lot of people confuse passion fruit with dragon fruit.
Yes. The passion fruit looks and tastes totally different. The passion fruit has a very tropical flavor profile, very unique to any other fruit. They're typically small and very lightweight because you can actually shake them when they ripen up. But that is not when you know they're ripe. When you receive them, they'll be smooth, but you're far from it being ripe. It's going to take about 3 or 4 days on the counter. If you put them in the refrigerator, like most fruit, they'll never truly ripen. But on the little label that says passion fruit on each of these fruits, it will say wrinkle when ripe. So in about 3 or 4 days, keeping this on the counter, it will wrinkle up like a prune. You'll also have a lot of fragrance. And once you open it up, it will be sweet enough to eat. Because if the skin is not wrinkly on the outside, the fruit will taste very sourly tart. You want it to wrinkle so the sugars come out and absorb throughout the interior. Look at the beautiful interior. It has a gelatinous yellow and green flesh with little black seeds. The seeds are crunchy like little soft Tic Tacs. And this is a flavor. Most people have heard of passion fruit and have never seen it in person. Well, now you have. And all you do is you take a spoon, scoop it out, and there you go. And one thing that this has so much, a little goes a long way. You know, like when you use vanilla bean or saffron, a little goes a long way.
Yes.
This is like the sweetest fruit that's out there. It's also very tart if it's not sweet. So you want it to be wrinkly when ripe, scoop it out. It's used in desserts. It's used with other cut fruit to give it a tropical flavor.
Yes,
it is one of my.
Tasha said she's making passion fruit ice cream today.
There we go. Passion fruit ice cream, they go great in a smoothie. A lot of the chefs, they like to scoop it and then strain it so they won't have the seeds, so you won't have the crunchiness. So that's how they usually do it when they're making like a cheesecake or using the flavor in cakes, pies, whatever they're working with. But again, the key thing about this fruit, even though it's small, a little goes a long way. And that's the passion fruit. And this is my third favorite fruit of all the fruits that are available in the United States.
What is your number one?
Is the yellow dragon fruit.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting. Okay. All right. So just in the interest of time, we've got star fruit, blood orange, and pepino melon, just real quickly.
Okay. The star fruit, they're grown domestically in Florida. They're very popular in Asia. They're completely edible. But one thing you do with all fruit is you wash it off, okay? Because you don't skin that of a star fruit. So it's important, as you do with all produce, is wash off before you start cutting and eating or cooking with it. So after I wash it off, which I have, you can cut them into you just cut it straight down, and hence the name of the fruit, star fruit. It is completely edible, veins and seeds, because the seeds are soft, and they make such a great decoration.
Do they taste like kiwis? Because I guess I've mistaken that for someone cutting a kiwi in a star shape.
I would say it's not a sweet fruit. You know how dragon fruit have a mild tasting flavor? Mm-hmm. I would say this is more like tasting something between like watermelon to watermelon rind, somewhere in between. That's the flavor of it. But as you can see, it's green. It's one of the fruits that do turn color, like bananas. They start turning yellow and almost to a yellow orange. But usually when it's yellow and it's fragrant, it's ready to eat. So again, you keep these out on the counter, and the edges may get black, but again,
I want to reiterate,
it's entirely edible.
Whoever wins these baskets on Friday, when they get mailed to you, they are coming non-ripe. And so you'll have to put it all out on your counter because they, like the passion fruit, looks beautiful in your basket. But if they sent it to you ripe, it would be wrinkled and you would think something is wrong with it. So everything comes not quite ripe yet. That way, if it gets stalled in mailing, you're not losing anything. And then you put it out on your counter and away you go. Now, let me ask you something. Do you have a preference for what you ripen your fruit in? Do you like to put your fruit in a basket on your counter? Do you like to put it just on ceramic? What do you use to lay your fruit out on the counter?
I just have trays, like platters.
Made out of what?
Just like glass platters, and I put them on there. The reason for that is because a lot of these fruits you don't want to stack, because the fruit on the bottom will ripen up faster, because fruit naturally give off a natural gas called ethylene. Ethylene, the gas from the fruit, makes things ripen. So if you crowd fruit together, they'll ripen faster, but you can't tell from the fruit that's on the top. So if you do put them into a fruit bowl, which the more hardy fruits you can put into a fruit bowl, like like blood oranges or ones with a really thick peel. But when you're talking about fruits like pineapple guava, which is the feijoa, or dragon fruit, you don't want to stack those on the bottom because they'll ripen up really fast, and then you're going to have a problem.
My produce manager here, who I love and adore, always takes such good care of me. One year right before Super Bowl, I was trying to ripen avocados and I could not get avocados ripe. And he said, Marla, buy a bushel of bananas, take your bananas home, put them in a paper bag with your avocados, and those bananas will force ripen all your avocados. And it did.
Yes. Avocados and bananas are the two highest ethylene producing fruits. So that was a smart thing. If you put it in a paper bag, they'll ripen up fast. If you put them into a plastic bag and close it so the ethylene is trapped, it will actually ripen even faster.
Oh, all right.
So unless there's a hole in the bag. But what happens is when you put it into a bag, the bananas and the avocados, the ethylene will allow for the fruit to ripen faster. But the brown bag is porous, so it might take 2 days. But if you put it in a plastic bag with no holes and tighten the top, the banana, you could do this with bananas, you can do this with avocados.
Yeah.
But the avocado,
food saver bag, just seal them right up in a food saver bag, right?
You could do that too.
But you want to make sure your bananas with your avocado, because there's more ethylene in the banana than in the avocado, correct?
Yes, that's correct. So the same holds true if you buy multiple avocados. The thing is avocados are really expensive. So you can keep avocados in a bag as well. But if this was an avocado, this is a mango, which is one of the fruits that are also in the basket. I'm going to give you a fast tip on when your avocados are ripe, okay? Avocados are not very fragrant, but they will give on the outside. It doesn't matter if the avocado is green or black. See, most of the black-skinned ones are Haas's. People say they have to be black. That is not true. That's a fallacy. Some Haas avocados are green. This is when you know avocado's ripe. There's a stem right here, just like on a mango. The stem will pop right off easily. If you have to force it, the avocado's not ripe. But if it,
what about some of those avocados are like a baseball, they're so hard, right? You get those and so are those, sometimes they never ripen, Robert.
Well, they should ripen, but
have them like
this is the tip. You keep it on your counter, never put it in the refrigerator, and the little stem on an avocado should come off with just peeling it off really easily.
All right, I'm going to try that. Everybody else is going to try it too. Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so the last two, just really quickly before we're here until primetime TV starts, blood oranges and pepino melon.
Okay, so the blood orange is what I'm holding here. I just cut it in half. It's named for its red interior on the inside that looks blood-like color. No, it's a citrus variety. It originated in Italy, where they're known as Moro. And this is actually the Italian orange. See, here in the United States, most of our oranges are orange on the inside, but the Italian orange is red on the inside. These Moro oranges are most popular. Why? They have less acid and somewhat sweeter in flavor. These are available during the late fall to early winter. So the season started, we get some imports in from Australia in the fall time in August, September, and then domestic season out of California. That's where a lot of the fruits come from. This is in the navel family, so you can peel it as well. Will also, the California season will start in November and go all the way until about May, and then they'll disappear. And again, these come all the way from Europe, specifically Italy, and they're now grown just like the many other citrus varieties, like the Kishu mandarin I was talking about, are now grown in California year-round. Well,
blood oranges
7 months out of the year.
Yes, my cousin Cynthia has a ton of blood oranges on her farm. Just, they grow wild. She's just like amazed by that. And then the pepino melon from Ecuador.
Yes, the pepino melon, unusual fruit. It's yellowish on the outside, almost like a white, with these purple brown striations go around. When you think melon, you think cantaloupe honeydew. No, the pepino melon, which grows in Ecuador, is much different. Pepino translates in Spanish to cucumber. Cucumber is in the same family as melon.
Yes,
but cucumbers are mild flavor. They have texture like a melon, but they're actually, like most people think they're vegetables, but botanically they're fruit. So the pepino melons, that's what they look like on the inside. You take out the seeds just like any other melon. And all the flesh, it's kind of a yellowish white, off-white color. That's the part that's edible. It is very mild. This is not a sweet fruit. This is a fruit, especially in Mexico, Central and South America, where they take out the seeds, take off the skin. You can cut it like a melon and then skin it, and then chop it up, squeeze on lime juice and some pico de gallo, which is like chili powder. And that's how you enjoy this melon, whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner as a side dish. And again, there's mild fruits and there's sweet fruits. This is a very mild melon texture, light flavor fruit.
Awesome. So that's it. We've gone through it all. 2 lucky winners on Friday. You can share us live again on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'll be watching very closely to see who shared, and I'll make sure I tally correctly. And on Friday, I will absolutely, definitely, we will pick 2 winners. I think what we'll do is put them as numbers and then just have you pick some numbers, but 1 to 72 or ever how many we have. And then I'll look down the list and see who's where. And then that way we'll pick the winner, or I'll just put them all in a basket and just pick. I don't know. We've done it several different ways, several different times. I really appreciate everything. Just want to remind everybody, over the year, we're going to be giving away these cookbooks. So stand by to win the cookbook, stand by to win an entire set. Some lucky winner will win a set. In fact, some of the winners from entering this time around, might everybody's names stay in the hat for at the end of the year, where we'll use those names to pick winners of the entire set of cookbooks. That would be a good way to do that as well. But we always iron out the rules to every contest, and we'll get that ironed out as well. So Robert, I thank you so much for joining us. Did great. I love this view of your kitchen. It's absolutely perfect. And I will see you, everybody will see you on Friday, and we will pick the winner of the 2 fruit baskets.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And we'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. when it's time for dinner with Nanny Bubby. And so on the count of 3, Robert, we always say 1, 2, 3, go out and spread love like butter. So if you'll say it with me, everybody at home always says it with me too. 1, 2, 3, go out and spread love like butter. There you go. That's awesome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye. Bye, everybody.